Welcome everybody. The pack is here! I don't know about you, but when I saw this Kroot announcement, I was just a little bit erect. Just a tiny bit erect. Now, I know I'm supposed to be, examining this from the perspective that I normally do, which is very scientific, very, not try to examine things from an even place, but I don't think I can do it. The new Kroot are very, very exciting, and we've only seen half of the new units that they're bringing out, which is also something which will pickle your tickle. Now, I'm going to go through everything. I know I am not the first person to talk about this stuff. I know I'm late to the party. However, the people that watch my channel regularly know that I am not a content mill. I am not a hype man for GW. I am somebody that considers what I'm going to say and the impact of what I might say and a few of the other things that surround these releases and whatever else, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to digest it and really get an idea of what I thought about the new Kroot. Hello to everybody. Hello to people that are watching this as a VOD. I've just realized that our donation goal is actually in white against a white background. So I think I'm going to spend some time fixing that. And that brings me to an excellent point. The first and foremost, thank you so much to my patrons, my YouTube members who make what I do absolutely possible. I am running another event, which is a Teams event, which is also going to be a practice ground for Team New South Wales going to ATC. So it is going to be some very, very high level 40K. Any of my YouTube members or patrons from now until the event starts on my birthday, 9th and 10th of March. My birthday is the 10th, but, whatever. It's my birthday weekend. Leave me alone. They will have their name on a banner. So if you'd like to get access to the Discord, access to an awesome Tau community, which is growing every day. We've actually never had this many members. It's kind of startling how much it's grown over the first year. There is a link in the description to my Patreon. There is also YouTube memberships down below that will get you into the Discord for life. There's a number of different tiers, and you will get your name on that banner for everybody at the tournament to be able to see. The second is that we are, for the first time, and I haven't done anything like this before, so it's a bit of a trial run. I'll put it up there. Actually, I'll put it up there because you can actually see it against the black. The Kroot boxes that are coming out, with how sponsorships are at the moment, unless you're directly sponsored by GW, there is not a lot of money in models anymore. There are a lot of LGSs that are feeling the pinch, and that has also been the feedback that I've gotten from Irresistible Force. We are instead looking at the incredible range of hobbying supplies and everything that they supply, which, by the way, there's a link in the description if you want to get paints and glues and all the exciting stuff that they're getting in. I am actually reaching out to the community, things like super chats, donations, and subs on Twitch. And there is also a PayPal link, or there should be, in the description of this video. Every donation will get your name on that banner at the event, and we'll work towards getting me the Kroot boxes. As you would have seen from my recent content, everything has been going on Tabletop Simulator or on my table, showing you how to play everything, tips and tricks with it, what we're doing to win games and all that sort of stuff, and getting these Kroot on there, and this is a little bit of a spoiler for what I'm about to talk about, these Kroot I think are going to be very, very impactful to the way that Tau plays the game. And me being able to get that on the table and not being behind as I have been through a lot of my time playing Tau, because I just haven't had the money to splash out on everything I would want to, I'm opening it up to the community and not being, as my best friend puts it, stubborn and bullheaded in accepting other people's help. So if you would like to donate, get your name on the banner at the event, and yeah, help me get Kroot on the table. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. Anyway, that's all the preamble. Let's have a look at what is coming. Like I showed in that little intro, that's the first time I've tried to be a little bit flashy and showy about it. I don't know about you, but I kind of enjoyed it. There is a lot coming. So we have a range refresh for the Kroot. Now, they're not infinitely different in their look, but there are some very, very nice touches that have been put onto these models. The other thing that we've got are Rampages, Krootox revamp, and we've got 2 new Shapers. Once again, this is only half of what we've been shown. So I'm going to go through what's been revealed, and then I'm going to do my opinions after that. We're also getting a box, which is the Kroot Hunting Pack. That is what the donations are for. For me, getting at least 1, maybe 2 or 3 of those. and it comes with the Tau Codex. That was in the reveal. Every single box will come with the brand new Tau Codex, which is very exciting. If they're up to the point of showing us this stuff, it means we are very, very close to having this become a reality and having the Codex in our hands. So, first off, we got some Shapers. War Shapers and Flesh Shapers. Now, I've seen a bunch of people, and this always happens on Reddit and Facebook, trying to guess at what their abilities are and how good they are. Guys, we have no idea. We literally have no idea what these guys do. There have been no rules reveals whatsoever. If somebody tries to tell you anything about whether these are going to be good or bad, they have no idea what they're talking about. You can make predictions, but not like, yeah, this unit's ability is going to be good because look at the hook it's carrying and this guy's got a bow, so therefore he's going to have explosive arrows and whatever other random cooked as shit that people come up with. But having two different Shapers is really good because Kroot Shapers before have never really had an identity. They've kind of been like a Kroot carnivore holding a V. They're just carnivores, but slightly better. The only time that we saw Shapers with any sort of prominence was the, what was the name of the relic that we could take in 9th with the Deep Strike bubble? That's basically Dark Strider's ability in 10th, but they had it because it was super easy to hide. They had lookouts, so they had all that sort of stuff. Outside that, did not have an identity. Kroot characters and Kroot in general have been very swingy with their place in the meta. Now, one of the first things that I'm going to say, because I've seen a lot of dooming about the Kroot, which I don't get, people that will complain when we're getting something that we've been asking for ages. I feel like people could get a blowjob from a supermodel and then complain that they weren't on this year's calendar and they were on last year's calendar. But having depth in the book, especially with auxiliaries that have never really had depth, gives us a lot of room for, even if one of them isn't particularly great and a few are mid, there's probably going to be one or two which are really, really good, or they fill a role that we haven't had before. And I'll go more into that when we talk about the Rampages. War Shapers, Flesh Shapers, obviously Flesh Shapers with Kroot lore, and I hope they lean into this quite a bit, is that Kroot become what they consume. They gain these genetic markers and mutations based off the creatures that they eat, and Flesh Shapers tell them what to eat and what not to eat. War Shapers are just ballers. Like, I'm not sure I care about WYSIWYG. I'm pretty sure all of my War Shapers are going to have bows. I don't want to call it too early, but I'm fairly certain they're all going to have bows. Really excited to have these. Really excited to have two Kroot characters, so even if one's bad, another one can be better, and so on and so forth. Then let's go into the Kroot, and I've seen so many people creaming their jorts over this little Kroot Hound, and let me be the first to say, I creamed my jorts first. Fuck you all. I'm going to name that little fella Mushu. That is my perfect little man, my little pup, and I'm going to have him in real life, and I'm going to paint that thing black and white, just like my little boy. So, fuck everybody. I win. That's my Mushu Lee. Anyway, let's move on. So, Krootox Riders, the Krootox look baller now. Actual just like hulks, and I kind of love the bit of fluff text that they had where they said that older Krootox are actually quite placid in their nature. Younger Krootox are more aggressive and prone to violence, which, you know, let's look at humanity. It's kind of accurate for a lot of different things. Older ones have learned their lessons. Anyway, having two different weapon options for the Krootox is great. Again, giving players options is the thing you do to make sure that players have efficacy in how they play. Now, might we fall into one thing is the best thing, we'll always take that? Yes, but I'm never against giving options to players because there are times where people have surprised everybody, done something that was considered off meta, and then it became the new meta. It also gives them room to, you know, nudge things by points or power level or whatever else and be able to make things better or worse over time, changing the meta and making it more interesting for us as tournament players. These look amazing. I cannot wait to field them. The next one, which is the thing that if I were to cream my jorts over anything, these are the jort creamers more than anything else because they've gone out of their way to mention their melee attacks. Now, might they be shit? Yes. Yes, they might. We don't know rules yet. However, if I've got something which I believe will be relatively fast if they make them anywhere near our Kroot Hounds, decent size base, decent size girth of model, move blockers, charges, just everything I could want from a unit in this little package. Now, they're very likely going to be cavalry. I would absolutely eat my own hand if these guys were allowed to move through ruin walls. However, if you play them well, hopefully they get a scout move. I would be surprised if they don't get that. Position them well, stage well, and even if, we still have piranhas that are first point of contact, though those rules might change for the codex, and actually, caveat for all of this, I don't know anything that's coming in the codex. So rules may change. I'm going to talk about our current iteration of Tau. If it changes down the track. That's fine, whatever. Having these guys as a staging threat to then go on to somebody that's on an objective and have melee follow-up is really, really great as an option. Also, they look incredible. They really, really do look incredible. The only thing that I think about, and Bricky pointed this out on his stream, single point of contact. I think I'm actually going to build like rocks underneath their hands, make it look like they're jumping over rocks because I've got a bunch of loose stones out the back of my house. That's probably the first thing I'll do because I don't like single point of contact. I have Votan bikes and they have been the bane of my existence. Like, look at this. Look at this. I'm 100% going to put a boulder behind him that he's like tussling down. But anyway, they look incredible. Absolutely love them. And that is all of our Kroot reveals so far. Now, let's talk about this in terms of competitive. 1, Tau Codex is coming. Get ready. I would highly advise anybody that is lower in funds, but is really looking at maximizing the impact of the dollars that they spend. Don't spend $1 on Tau until we get our codex out. Until this box is out, we've seen what's in the codex and we can look at it. Because while every other army that's come out, we can use that as a baseline. Codex Space Marines didn't revolutionize the index. Codex Necrons didn't revolutionize the index, but there were significant changes that happened within data sheets, new detachments added, new enhancements and stratagems, and changes to overall archetypes or combos that have been used in the past, which means that we won't want to throw a lot of money into this unless you are just a hard collector, you love them, or you're buying to future-proof your range. Like, for example, I know that I need more Devilfish and Breaches. Well, maybe some strikes, but I don't really see them being super incredible. I'm going to hold off getting anything else until I see what comes, see how the chips fall, and then know where I need to go from there. Now, the Kroot Hunting Pack, putting an emphasis on this, especially giving us new models. GW have had a history in the past of releasing new models that are very, very, very good. Now, you could put your tinfoil hat on and say that they do that to sell models, and you might be right. You might not. We have no way of knowing unless you sit in a GW boardroom. But I do find that when new models come out, they give the creators more flexibility in how they create their rules, a little bit more efficacy in what they do. And we've seen that new things that come out are particularly strong. I will probably be expecting those rampages to really, really make their mark when they hit the board. Happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong on all of it. But I'm anticipating that, at least one of these boxes will be probably necessary for a meta chaser high-level tournament player. But yeah, obviously it's not financial advice. Don't go buying one because you're like Jay said, I had to win tournaments. I'm going to get this because I love the models and I'm happy to be wrong. And if I am, I've got some more Kroot and Krootox riders and everything else that are they're there for when the rules change. I do like future-proofing the models that I have. But with that said, let's catch up with a little bit of chat. And yeah. The pack is back. Hey, Marcy, how you doing? Loopy, good to see you. Kroot. Lucas, Kroot are not really my thing, but new models look great. And that is the only take on Kroot that isn't positive that I will accept. Somebody can say it's not my thing, but, whatever. I've been seeing posts of people that have been, hard shitting on this. There was a dude that went on a rant. There was Kroot don't fit into the lore. I don't care what the canon is. They don't make sense. We're battle suits. We're whatever. Kroot are wasted. Why are we getting this? Blah, blah, blah. Straight up fuck off. Straight up fuck off. depth in a codex is good, depth in a range is good, and auxiliaries are some of the most interesting things that we have that are probably underutilized. Yes, there are other things that can use a refresh. But you know what? GW have done us a solid. I think the title of my next video is going to be GW, you fucking nailed it. Because I'm the first to criticize when GW does something shitty. Vis-a-vis my website video that I put out. It said, your website sucks, bro. But when they get it right, because I'm not a GW doomer, I want them to protect their IP. I want them to do well with their IP. I want them to treat us well. This is treating us well. This box looks fucking awesome. The models, everything in it, the detail on them, the effort that you can tell that they've put into gives me hope that they're also going to put effort into their rules. Now, we did get burned with Farsight not getting anything new, but that was the end of an edition. They had new stuff coming. I kind of get why we didn't get anything for Farsight. But this to me screams effort. And I think this is actually worth our money. Anyway, let's keep going. After that little side rant. I used to think I don't like Kroot until I looked closer at the Farstalkers, realized I just didn't like shitty old fight cast. That is a fair take. That is a very fair take. The Farstalkers look incredible. They are on my list of stuff that, you know, when cost of living stops ramming its fist up me, that I can probably look at doing. Feed the Kroot. Yes, sir. Hype for Kroot. Plus, you could also maybe take the new Vespid models, rumored to be a new kill team. I have heard whispers of Vespid. I can't confirm that, but I would love to see the Vespid get redone because they are an awesome canonical race that the fine cast I don't think let GW do anything cool with. And we've seen what they've been able to do even from like old school Terminators to the new one, night and day. So I'd be really, really keen for that. Could see the giant Kroot monster from Forge World. If we don't see a Narlock in some form, I swear to God, I am going to burn this goddamn house to the ground. Because I'm fairly certain we're getting a Narlock. But anyway. Where did the Vespid kill team rumors come from? I only heard these past few days. They've been flying around from like a little bit of everywhere. Oh my God, Master, you are going nuts. Order one because it has a codex. Also, Kroot call them number one in the codex wish list. We're also getting, and this is something that they said, that we're getting a detachment to run auxiliaries only. Now, they've been saying Kroot army, but bear in mind they're selling a Kroot box. It makes sense that they would use that wording. I don't think that's going to be exclusive. I think Vespid are going to fit into that. And if we get anything else, which is a brand new race, which I doubt we will, but if we do, likely that detachment will fit into it. I hope the rules on that are good as well, because if it's anything like our old Dalith, we're not going to use it. Like, you have to make the rules good. And at this moment, the rules are probably written and printed with those codexes, so there is no changing them. But anyway, they could have just given us refreshed Kroot and I would be happy. New characters, hell yeah. Yep, absolutely. They have nailed this. And I'm going to make an independent video about that because credit where credit is due. They have done so well with this. The updated art, the aesthetic, everything about it. There is so much attention to detail in these. And I love it. Even how they've painted the different colors of Kroot. Because that's another thing, that Kroot exist on different worlds, so far as I know. And they change when they eat different things. So it absolutely makes sense. You would have like aqua ones that have eaten like aquatic characters. You have the deep green ones from forests. You got like these weird like white people skin colored ones because they've been eating Guevesa. Or what's the other one? What's the enemy? Gueron Shah, I think it is. Anyway. So this makes a ton of sense. Every chance I have to build this, I'm going to do it. There are going to be multiple Mushu Lees. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I am really, really excited for this. I'm also kind of excited for the Lumineth Realm Lords. Now, I'm going to hijack the end of my own Kroot video. If you've been here for the Kroot and whatever else, kind of had the chat, kind of gone through everything else, I think this is a really positive step. And I'm really keen to use them. I genuinely think that the rampages and the new Krootox and everything else is going to change the way that we play our Tau. I can't say exactly how, just a gut instinct. But anyway, as a Lumineth player, these guys look baller. I loved these from the LVO things. The masks look incredible. Getting the water element is really, really cool. And I even put out my first AOS video was I accidentally started AOS Tau, which that archetype immediately got stomped on, and now we're in a balanced sort of magic shooting melee army, which is really cool because I do love combined arms. And I guess that's the other thing that I think about when I look at the Kroot. It does feel like if we've got melee options, and it may not be the one that people want because I've seen people shitting on it because it's not fusion blades or void battle suits or whatever else, which is fine. We can want that stuff. But having melee options mean we can have more of a combined arms force. And I do love the idea of having battle suits as my elite troops and then Kroot as these specialized infiltrators and stalkers and everything else. And yeah, so Loopy one criticism. I just wish they had pants, but I guess what I do with some green stuff. Well, I mean, the War Shaper and the Flesh Shaper have pants, but I don't know. On the Kroot, pants only make sense for a species that has, genitals. Like the bits of armor and stuff, because they're a little bit token. They've always been for Kroot, but I don't know. I guess it kind of fits the aesthetic. I think if I saw Kroot wearing pants, it'd be like from like one of those alien shows where there's like a character from another world that dresses like the people from the world he's in, but he looks super out of place, like a kid wearing his dad's clothing or something. But no pants, gang. This is how I want to leave the house. I want to live my life like a Kroot. I want to be pantsless at every chance I can. You don't even know if I'm wearing pants right now. You don't know if I'm sitting behind this camera, behind this microphone, sitting pantsless and enjoying my life. But anyway, I better get back to making some other content. This was a very, very quick stream. Once again, thank you very much to all my patrons, my chassos, my YouTube members, and anybody in the future that donates to the Krootbox fundraising effort so that I can get them on the table quickly, start being a meta, sweaty Kroot chaser, and then pass on that knowledge on to you guys. But let me know what you think. Get stuff down in the comments and do the internet things, likes and sharing and subscribing and, all that sort of jazz. Or don't. I'm not your dad. See you in the next one, chassos.